4K 144Hz gaming monitors deliver the holy grail of gaming, as they combine high pixel resolutions with a high refresh rate for a smooth and immersive gaming experience. You need a graphics card that supports higher bandwidth, a high refresh rate, and high resolution demand. The release of newer graphics cards and gaming consoles has started to change that, and 4K 144Hz monitors are starting to become more available even at lower costs. There are even some 4K monitors coming out with a higher refresh rate than 144Hz, which we've considered for this article. We've bought and tested over 260 monitors, and below are our picks for the best 4K 144Hz monitors to buy. Also, see our recommendations for the best monitors for Xbox Series X, the best monitors for PS5, and the best 4K gaming monitors. Are you looking for the best keyword? In this video, we will look at some of the best keyword on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Samsung LS32BG852NN XGO. The best 4K 144Hz monitor we've tested is the Samsung LS32BG852NN XGO, commonly known as the Odyssey Neo G8. It's a high-end monitor that a max refresh rate of 240 Hz, making it future-proof. Once technology allows for higher frame rates with 4K games, but until then, it still serves as a fantastic 4K 144Hz gaming monitor. It delivers excellent picture quality because it has a high native contrast ratio, and unlike most monitors, it features mini LED local dimming. It allows it to display deep blacks with minimal blooming, resulting in great darkroom performance. And if you want to use it for HDR gaming, it also gets bright enough to make highlights pop. Although this monitor experiences some issues when you're using it at its max refresh rate of 240 Hz, there aren't any of the same issues at 144 Hz, so you won't have problems using it. Motion looks smooth thanks to the excellent response time across its entire refresh rate range, and there isn't any blur trail behind fast-moving objects. It also has low input lag for a responsive feel, and it remains low even when the frame rate of your game drops. Number 2. Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75. If you find the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85 too expensive and want something cheaper, look into the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75. It's a lower-end model than the Neo G8, and while it has many of the same features, it's different in a few ways. The main difference is that the Neo G7 has a lower 165 Hz refresh rate. But this doesn't make much of a difference if you aren't going to play 4K games with a higher frame rate anyways. Although the mini LED local dimming feature has fewer zones than the Neo G8, it still performs decently, and it helps it display deep blacks in dark rooms. Its gaming performance is very similar to the Neo G8 because it has a quick response time and a backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur, but it only works within a narrow range. Input lag remains low for a responsive feel across its entire refresh rate range. Additionally, it's a great choice to use with gaming consoles because it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 HDMI ports, allowing you to take full advantage of the Xbox Series X or PS5. Number 3. Gigabyte M32U. If you want something cheaper, a monitor in the mid-range price category like the Gigabyte M32U is a great alternative to the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75. Although you don't get nearly the same great picture quality, which is normal for a cheaper display, it still offers excellent gaming performance for a lower cost. It has a max refresh rate of 144 Hz, and it's an excellent gaming monitor with a fast response time, resulting in crystal clear motion with almost no noticeable blur. It has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth on 2 ports, and supports 4K at 120 Hz gaming from the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X consoles. There are some limits when gaming on a PS5, though, as the ports are limited to 24 Gbps bandwidth, meaning higher bandwidth signals require a form of compression currently unsupported on the PS5. It mainly affects the text clarity as it uses chroma subsampling, but this doesn't affect the gaming or overall picture quality. It also has a low contrast ratio that makes blacks look gray in a dark room. But if you want something with better contrast, the Gigabyte M32U is a similar model with higher contrast, but it also has worse motion handling. Number 4. Gigabyte M28U. Although it's more expensive than most typical budget monitors, the Gigabyte M28U is still a good option. It has an excellent response time at its max refresh rate of 144 Hz and remains quick at 120 Hz. If you want to use it for console gaming, it also has native FreeSync support and works with NVIDIA graphics cards for G-Sync compatibility. Gaming feels responsive thanks to its incredibly low input lag, which doesn't increase much at lower refresh rates. It's essentially a smaller version of the Gigabyte M32U, with a few minor differences, like a different stand with worse ergonomics, since it doesn't have swivel adjustments, but that's only an issue if you need to constantly adjust the screen. It still has excellent gaming performance and is versatile enough if you want to use it for other uses. It also delivers great picture quality in bright rooms, as it has decent peak brightness and good reflection handling. But like the M32U, it doesn't perform well in dark rooms due to its low contrast.